Devolver Digital has a penchant for publishing outlandish and interesting games. They are the rebellious publishers that try to be the hip and cool studio. From their unorthodox presentations to their no-holds-bars attitude on social media, you know that if their name is attached to a game, it's going to be interesting and full of love. This appears to hold true for the latest game they are publishing, Katana Zero, a strange action platformer with vast amounts of gore and bullets. But let's see if this game is a cut above the rest, or if it gets sliced down by the competition. What is happening? Mattmade here, bringing you my review of Katana Zero on Nintendo Switch. Katana Zero was developed by Askiisoft and is a very, very weird game. You play as Dragon, an assassin working for a secret organization taking out high-profile people. With your trusty katana and the ability to plan out attacks before executing, you are efficient and ruthless. However, you are haunted by a dark past that you just can't seem to remember. With the help of your shrink, who also acts as your liaison to the organization, you're getting better. He administers a weird drug that helps with the nightmares and keeps you stable. Surely nothing can go wrong with this setup, right? The story has many twists and turns, as well as giving you dialogue options leading to different interactions with characters. You can even cut off characters mid-sentence and really just be a dick the entire game. As you progress, the story gets really trippy and you start to go down a rabbit hole that you did not expect. Things start popping off real quick and you're forced to make some tough decisions or figure out what you need to say to get out of certain situations. The story is deep, interesting, and leaves you wanting to know more about the world. You do things that are morally questionable and downright diabolical at times. Characters even reference other characters. For instance, there's this enemy named Strong Terry who you don't even know you had taken out, but everyone keeps referencing and speaking highly of him. Like, okay, I get it. I'm sorry I took down Strong Terry. I didn't know he was a pillar of the community. He was in my way. They really make you feel bad for that. As an action game, Katana Zero is solid. You have simple controls, but what you can do with them is amazing. You have your standard attack, your jump, the ability to slow time, and can pick up certain objects in the world in order to throw at enemies. Using these mechanics well can lead to some cool looking interactions, making you look like the pro assassin you're supposed to be. Dragon has a premonition ability that is the main focus of the game. When he enters a room, he starts to break down how to take down everyone so that he can move on. This is a very clever way to explain why he doesn't die and why there are no lives in the game. He doesn't actually act until you find a way to successfully clear the room. And when you go down, he says, "That won't work," and gives you a bit of advice. It's a nice touch and builds the world. While you're running around and cutting people down, you have moments where enemies are walking around and getting near doors. When they're close to the door, you can kick it open and take them out immediately. No muss, no fuss. This works well in combination with an item, as you can kick the door open into an enemy and then toss the item at another enemy, taking down two people in one smooth motion. You can also deflect bullets with your sword. This is good for enemies with machine guns or sentries. However, it doesn't work for every enemy. If the weapon they have fires fast, or if they have a shotgun, then you can still be hit, as you can only deflect 1 or 2 bullets with your swing, and you don't recover quickly. This prevents you from just slashing mindlessly and deflecting everything back at enemies. You have to think about how to approach them, or sneak up on them, because if you get hit, it's back to square one. There are no upgrades or new weapons in Katana Zero. The only thing that improves is your skill at the game. You learn how to read opponents and plan how to take out rooms of enemies. Which floors are breakable, if an enemy is walking near a door, and if so, who else is in the room. You learn what Dragon can and can't do throughout the game. Now, this game isn't long by any means. Going straight through took me about 5 to 6 hours. This wasn't too surprising, however, I was a bit sad when I got to the end. I want to learn more about the world and do more things. You can extend the playtime of the game by going in and choosing different dialogue options to see what happens, and that is something that I will probably do. However, it doesn't seem like that will change the ending much. You still hit the major beats and important parts of the game. I even made a decision that ended the game where I was. This wasn't a death, this wasn't a game over per se. It just gave you the option to end the game where you were and not see exactly how everything plays out. However, upon reloading the save, I was able to make a different decision and continue the story. The levels are well crafted. Each locale has tons of detail, which is nice as you'll be seeing a lot of the same area as you die trying to figure out how to progress through the sections. There are references to other games and bits of lore strewn all over the place, and if you look carefully, you may learn something about the world. Most of the areas, save for the end game, take place in bright and vibrant areas with lots of personality. As you massacre your way to your target, stopping and appreciating the scenery and all the work that went into the levels is nice. Just make sure you take out everyone and don't catch a random bullet to the face while you're distracted, as even if you're at the last enemy, if you die, you have to start that entire section over. The levels aren't the only things that are detailed. Each character, even the grunts, are unique and have their own little quirks. Again, I'm sorry for taking out Strong Terry. I did not know he was such a stand-up guy. They all have huge personalities and each of them ooze with style. Even the shrink comes off as stylish. Dragon has his samurai getup and looks cool, even if everyone around him keeps asking him why he's in a bathrobe. All the characters have a unique feel to them. Not only are their wardrobes diverse, but the way each character speaks and interacts with each other is interesting and outlandish. Take V for example. He's a drugged up thug who really wants to impress you. He lashes out and acts like a child looking for attention. And conversely, you have these two masked men who speak in riddles and are very cryptic. The gold masked one really reminds me of Jesse Pinkman from Breaking Bad with how crazy and offensive he is. The music in Katana Zero jams. Each track is entrancing, getting you pumped up and ready for the massacre that's about to take place. What's even better is how the music is started. It doesn't just play randomly as you start the stage and as you go through the game. Instead, at the start of each level, Dragon puts in some earbuds and starts the track, pumping himself up as he goes on a killing spree. There's even a hilarious moment in the game where you're supposed to be sneaking through a prison, only to get there and have everyone be already dead. Dragon stops, takes out his earbuds, and the music just stops with that. It's a cool and interesting way to tie the OST into the game. It really helps that Dragon's Spotify is bumping. I feel like I really need him to make me a playlist. Overall, Katana Zero is a trippy and odd adventure. Each of the stages you play through give you insight on what is going on in the world and who exactly Dragon is. There are many secrets packed in this surprisingly short game that will leave you scratching your head and diving back in to figure out what you just saw or read. If you're looking for a game that will ensnare you with its odd world, then this is definitely worth it. You can clear it in a few hours and be entertained the entire time. Going through the different dialogue options and seeing what the characters say to each other is worth every penny and every second. But what do you think? Have you heard of Katana Zero? Have you played it? Let me know in the comment section down below. And don't forget, if you're a fan of gaming, consider striking that subscribe button and hitting the bell. This is Mattmade, and I will see you tomorrow.